to Simply Jan Homestead. I am joining this fun collaboration hosted by Christine of Christine Mrs. Gilliam Farm. The collaboration is called Wild Game November. Now, there's only a couple rules. What you need to do is hashtag Wild Game November, use the logo that has been provided, and use wild game in your recipe. It could be anything wild, y'all, anything. Today, I am making something I've never made before, and mostly, okay, let's say half and half. It's homemade, processed by us, and I'm super excited to share it with you. Not long ago, I went to the Ozark Homesteaders Expo, that's what it was, and I picked up this great little book, and it's called Campfire Cooking. And I was gonna make beef stew, and then I thought, no, I'm sort of burned out on that, and then I found this great recipe for wild and sloppy joes. So let's get started. I'll show you the ingredients. I'm gonna put the recipe, so you could just copy it while you're watching it. But it's super, super easy. All right, let's start this. Here's what we're gonna need. 2 pounds of wild game. I have venison that my husband got last year, and we're making venison sloppy joes. You're gonna need 1 cup of celery. I dehydrated it last year, and I'm rehydrating it today. 1/2 cup of chopped onions, a 10 3/4 can of soup. Mine's a little bigger, it's 14.3 ounces. 1/4 cup ketchup, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar, which is in that bowl, with 1.5 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. 1/4 cup brown sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 8 hamburger buns. There's my salt. Let me get my garlic powder. All right, we're gonna put this together because, you know, the longer you cook sloppy joes, the better. I am so excited to try this recipe, y'all. I can't wait. Yesterday, I made 2 loaves of everything bagel bread. So we are not using hamburger buns, y'all. We're using this beautiful everything bagel bread. Oh, it's so good, y'all. And I'm gonna heat it up in the oven because why not? It's better that way. All right, we're gonna get this going. Y'all know I can't stick to a recipe. So I'm gonna add some onion soup mix because that will be the shiznits. It's gonna be so good. Got the venison, which has some peppers in it. And look at that beautiful fat. Isn't that pretty? That's awesome. Here, we're just gonna put that over there with the onions. And I'm gonna cook these onions down a little bit. And then let's just go ahead and add the onion soup mix. There's Lily. And we're gonna mix that in with the venison. So if you're you're out on camp, if you're out camping, this would be an awesome, quick and easy recipe I mean, y'all, if someone asked me 10 years ago, Jan, do you ever think you're going to can your own meat, hunt for your own food, raise your own meat birds, you know, and lambs and sheep, or, well, sheep, and have a donkey, and chickens, and a rooster, and ducks? I would have been like, no. But I am, and I have, and I love it. There's nothing better than going into your pantry, popping open a can of food that's already cooked, and using it to feed your family. It's amazing. It's so awesome. Y'all ought to try it if you're not doing it. Go get some wild game. Pheasant, duck, you know, those birds, quail. Brain malfunction there. Deer, elk, bear, it doesn't matter. Go try and, you know, live off the land. That's what God gave us this food for, to sustain his children. And I'm so happy that this is something that we're doing. All right, I've got the celery and the onions and the onion soup mix in here. And we're just gonna I brought it up to a slight boil. And we're just gonna let all this marry together, all the flavors. And then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Ooh, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. And I'm gonna cover it, and I always put a spoon here and vent it, because this burner doesn't have a simmer. So I put it on the lowest setting. So there you go. Okay, it's time to add the tomato soup. Just as I said that, I noticed my battery was going dead. So we're gonna add a can of tomato soup. I did not make this, obviously. It's Campbell's. All right, that'll work. And we're gonna mix that in. My celery rehydrated really nice. I made little pieces when I dehydrated it, so they're not the big chunks, but that's okay. And then after we add this, now if you're using hamburger, you're gonna wanna drain this, but this is venison, so we're not gonna worry about that because it doesn't have a high fat content. And we're just gonna mix that up. Next is the ketchup. Alrighty, get that. Oh. Drop some on my book. We're gonna mix that up. 1/4 cup. I wish y'all could smell this because it smells so good. The white vinegar and Worcestershire sauce. Worcester. And last but not least, the brown sugar. Oh baby, yeah. That is gonna be delicious on that everything bagel bread. Yummy. Yummy nummy. This would be good to make with probably any meat, or without meat, I guess. I don't know how that would work, but if you're vegan, you could throw something in there, I suppose. I've never been full-blown vegan, so I don't know. Alright, you know I gotta taste this, because maybe I need to tweak it a little bit. Wow. That tastes just like Sloppy Joe's. Wow. I'm shocked. So I'm just gonna cook this a little bit, and then when the boss comes home, we're gonna have Sloppy Joe's. Don't forget to check out the playlist. It's gonna be in the description below for Wild Game November, because there is gonna be so many awesome recipes that you can keep in your files. Copy, write it down, y'all. Write it down, because you know, you never know. We might not have internet all our life. You just, who knows? But if you write it down, you'll have it, right? So check out Christine, Mrs. Gilliam Farms. Thank you for inviting me. I've had such a great time. I'm blown away that this recipe, it is better than any Sloppy Joe mix I've ever done before. So thanks for inviting me, and y'all go check out all the people that are doing this playlist or this collaboration. And let's see, it goes on from November 3rd to the 18th. Y'all be blessed and love well. Bye now.